my goodness. Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo Sports Report, as well as Joe Boo's day job, and cooking and tailgating with Joe Boo. Now that the football season's over, I'll be doing more stuff on both of those channels. It is, of course, time to start getting in better shape. You know how I ride the roller coaster. At the end of the season, I lose weight, usually about 20 pounds or so, only to gain it back during football season with the big subs and things. So we're going to try and do something about that so I won't be quite as fat-assed as I am. Actually, my wife puts it, you really don't have, you got an old man butt. It's the belly. It's the belly that you got. But be that as it may, I did have my physical yesterday. The doctor said, you're in good shape for an old ass like yourself. I'm not sure how to take that, but I'm happy that I am in pretty good shape for 58. So here's where we are right now. We now have a defensive coordinator. We're missing two positions on the defensive coaching staff. Our passing game coordinator, our defensive line guy, but Mike Zimmer is now in the fold. He is ready to get to work. He's actually already looking at filling in a staff. He got denied, or the Cowboys got denied, the opportunity to talk to a New York Giants defensive lineman who worked for Zimmer before when he was in Minnesota. So we don't know who he's going to get, but we can rest assured that they will be working on that. We've heard that the Cowboys are not interested, and this is actually getting to be wise. Maybe the Cowboys are actually wising up and getting into the 21st century of trying to do business. Because here's the thing that you don't want to do. If you, for example, take the contract and go all the way to the very end, A, you risk losing the person because they could be a free agent, or you have to franchise tag them. Franchise tagging is the top 5 of that position averaged. In which case, it's not a bargain, it's a 1-year deal. And the problem with doing that is the salary goes up then the following year. And the franchise tag price goes up by, I think it's 30%. So most people look at it and say, okay, you tagged me last year, our starting point is at the tag number. So for example, Tony Pollard was $10.1 million. The franchise tag for this year is like 12.5 for running backs. But if he were to be tagged a second time, it would be that 30% put on there. So somewhere around $14 million would be the tag price. And I don't think the Cowboys are going to do that. Now I've heard people say, bring back Zeke. Look, sorry, Zeke is washed. Zeke, you're not going to spend that kind of money for a guy to be a short yardage guy and a pass blocker. If you're going to spend that kind of money, please go get Derrick Henry. But back to the whole thing with the contract. The Cowboys, it behooves them to get this deal done now because they have the 5th year. And the reason I say that is, let's say hypothetically, to make the number simple, that it is a 4-year, $120 million contract. Okay? 4 years, $120 million. Because you have that 5th year, okay, the reason why I say 120 is it's divided by 30. 4 years divided by, times 30 is 120. Let's say it's 120. I'm not suggesting that's the number, but it could be. If you get a 4-year, $120 million deal, what you could do is you can say 50 of it's guaranteed, or say 60 of it's guaranteed, and 30 of it is a signing bonus. So that's 90. So now you take that 90 and divide that by the 5 years that you have. So 5 into 90 would be how much a year? 5 to, I don't know, but forget that. But actually that's too high. It should be actually, signing bonus and all should be, say, 50 million, okay? So 50 million is deducted from that, and now that is divided up by each of the years. So that's $10 million a year, okay? So the signing bonus and guaranteed money or whatever is 50 million, okay? So you pay him a check right now for that, right? So now you've got 70 million that's left. So that 70 million could be divided up by the 5 years if you wanted to do it equally. But you don't have to. You could say the first year is going to be $1 million. So you got the 10 million that you have to pay on the signing bonus, and then you put the 1 million on there, so then it's only 11 million is actually the cap hit for this year. And you can do that. You could say 1 million every year until you get a big balloon payment on the last year of it. But you know, there's ways of working it. So CeeDee Lamb, having that extra year gives you an extra year to divide into all of that number. Okay? So that's actually a good thing, and that's actually a wise thing to do if you're going to do the contracts. The thing that does make me feel good is typically it seems like the Cowboys have kind of checked out at this time of year. Yeah, you'll see them at the combine, where actually a lot of work is typically done at the combine. You'll hear about trades and things that may happen in the combine because that's where all the executives are there, and they're saying, you know, the league year starts in 2 weeks and stuff. You know, we'd like to get rid of this guy and get him off our books before the league year, and you may see something move. That's basically what happened with Alex Smith. Alex Smith was moved actually during the Super Bowl when the teams were together and things, and surprised everybody, so that way they could go ahead and try and figure out what to do with Kirk Cousins. So look for moves to start being made in combine in 2 weeks. Look for the team to start working on getting these deals done. They can get these deals done because getting a deal done for CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, they're not free agents, so you don't have to wait. You can go ahead and do those deals right now, and it would behoove them to do those if they really mean what they say about going all in. I was told I have been too negative, and I'm going to say that the pendulum has swung the other way because I think I've been in times too positive, too forgiving of the Cowboys, too blind-eyed, and I think without pressure being put on an individual, why change? If Jerry Jones for 29 years has been doing the exact same thing and getting richer and richer with no ramifications of it, why change? But I believe, or at least what we're hearing, is that Jerry Jones is feeling the pressure and thinking that I need to hurry up and do this thing. He wants to have one more Super Bowl before he goes and takes that dirt nap. And so maybe for once, you know, I've been fooled so many times by the Cowboys. I don't want to be fooled again. I don't want to be fooled again. But they need to do this. Here's my other thought here. I'm going to be a little long-winded tonight here. People will go through and say, we just have a garbage-ass quarterback and he sucks. And I'm going to look at it the other way, because I look at it and say, when I look at San Francisco that has 3 incredible receiving weapons and an incredible running back who is a receiving and running threat. When you have a running back that rushes for 1,400 yards, when you have a guy like Ayuk that's getting like 1,300 yards, and you got Deebo Samuels that's over 1,000 yards, when you have 2 of those guys like that, it's hard to stop both of them. And then you put in Skittle Kittle. That is unbelievable talent that you have there, and a great running game. The problem for the Cowboys is, and maybe part of this is because it's still Brandon Cook's first year here. Dak Prescott changing offensive coordinators and Mike McCarthy. We saw how the offense started out slow, and then they kind of got into a rhythm after the bye week. But you can't have the disparity that you had of, 1,000 yards between your number one and your number two. You need some more balance. You need another guy in there that is going to be a beast. Now, I jokingly said, Ayuk, if you want to get out of San Francisco, come on here to Dallas. But I don't think that that's any way, anyhow, that would happen, because he's going to be demanding a hell of a lot of money. But then again, so is Stephon Diggs. And the question you have to ask is, what is it worth? What is it worth to take an offense without a really great running game, an average at best running game, that still was one of the highest scoring offenses in football, with an offensive line that was at times like a mash unit? What if you had more stability at the wide receiver, an edge guy, a guy who can be that motivator, that guy that's going to put some foots in asses, that you have a dominating running back, and you draft some more young guys to go on that offensive line? How good could that offense be? I'm being serious. I know y'all are saying Dak trash cut and everything else because you guys don't really know football. You're showing your ignorance when you say, Dak Prescott, it's in his DNA to do turnovers. It was one freaking year. You are showing your football ineptitude when you talk about Dak Prescott, dink and dunk Dak. You are literally just towing the line of ESPN that is setting a narrative and talking points to get people to watch. Let's be reality. Let's face reality here. That offense, without a running game, did some really good stuff. It went to shit because we couldn't run the football when we were playing the better teams. But that's the thing you got to look at and say, what can we do? Get me a legitimate running back who can run between the tackles. Tony Pollard looked scared sometime and hesitant to go up the middle. Get me the offensive line together so we're not getting my quarterback sacked 39 times. Get me a defense that can stop the freaking run. And if you do those things, you got a chance. There's no guarantee, but you got a chance. Eagles had a chance. 40 Winers had a chance. And that's more than we've had. So, there's no time to rest. There's no time off. We're going to be watching this thing and keeping our eye on Jerry Jones and hoping and praying that he actually means what he says this time. And say I put too much in again. Damn it. I put too much fuel in. And I'm not trying to leave this thing burning. Maybe I need to get a measuring cup to put it in there. All right, good people. You know how I roll. You know how I roll. Tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And wait, there's more. Tomorrow, guys, understand that tomorrow is the ladies' night day holiday. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about her. Okay? So don't forget to get the flag. Don't wait till the afternoon. Don't wait till afternoon, because there'll be slim pickings. You'll look like Al Bundy on Married with Children trying to get something, and the two of you are fighting over a broken rose. Get some flowers, or get some, or even better yet, get them one of those the fruit baskets with the chocolate and stuff on them and things. Write her a nice little note or a poem or something. See, again, treat her special, because she is special. Make her feel special. Take good care of her. And I guarantee you, she'll take good care of you. And remember to tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again. And I didn't notice, wow, how nice Shout out to Miss Anita, who sent me this for Christmas. How nicely this matches with the Dallas Cowboy football blanket right here. Man, this is it's coordinated. Like, look, it's not just enough to have this beigeish color, I don't know, beigeish brownish color right here on the wall on the black. You got to coordinate it with the football down here. You got to coordinate the star with the star. Yeah, we're coordinating. All right, good people. It is past my bedtime, and I appreciate y'all. Take care, mama. Peace.